All right, welcome to podcast number 4, I believe. And today's topic is the internet. Now, the first thing I want to get into is that did you guys see that thread on Poppedia about this group of trolls that were they were primarily after Wobo, but
Yes.
Oh yeah, that rainbow. Yeah, I was notified by that.
Yeah.
They kept calling Wobo the N word.
yeah,
Yep. And they keep on making hate videos about him.
yeah, I've saw in
Hold on.
the
That's the internet for you guys.
yeah, I've been on the. I mean, I'll admit I even do a bit of trolling too.
Was it as bad as that?
Nah, I troll for the greater good. I like to go on Omegle and pretend with all these horny guys that I'm some woman, and I give them a phone number to a Chinese restaurant. I say, call me,
Are
and
you
they
serious?
yes, that's what I do. Pretend to be woman, give them a phone number to a Chinese restaurant. They call, hello, not
Yo, I'm dead.
Okay, I'm back, guys. So yeah, so you guys mentioned, Captain mentioned the Wobo thread about him getting trolled.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The guy, yeah, it's a guy using Microsoft Sam voice, the same one Skittles used in that one stream.
I'm the coolest bitch ever.
Mhm.
No, you're not. Jessica Negri is.
No, I'm the coolest bitch. Shut up. Fucking white man. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Wobo. Yeah, it's kind of sad that Wobo's getting like this much hate for no reason.
Well, Wobo is in a similar position on that site as a Baltimore Raven was on IGN about 4 years ago.
Oh yeah, oh
I
yeah, I
mean,
heard. But
I mean, Baltimore Raven was getting hammered the shit out of on IGN.
oh yeah, he told me. Oh yeah, he said that on thread what's that site Person Cafe when he said in 2013 I was like depressed, but I'm glad I met MQG and stuff. I look for like 2000 nostalgia, but everybody was crapping on 2000s. I remember him saying that on Per C.
Yeah, you could definitely see it in MQG's personality. He's very much like a leader figure in a lot of ways.
I see. He's not afraid to like go against the grain.
Yeah,
Like
and
So
I wonder if birth order has anything to do with it because he did say he's the oldest in his family.
oh, yeah,
I'm the
true.
youngest.
So am
Yeah.
I.
Oh really? You're youngest too, Captain?
Yeah, two older
Wow.
Yeah,
sisters.
that probably explains why I'm not so good with kids. Cause yeah, I was the kid.
I'm the second youngest, but I had a lot of
Yeah, I feel weird. I actually never babysitted before.
really?
Never. Yeah.
I mean, 'cause I remember you say you had 2008 boyfriend, so I figured you probably babysit that person.
No.
I only babysat for like a less than a month. After that,
Which is funny. I just met a 2008 born at this vacation Bible school thing I was at.
Okay, this is about the internet. So can we get back on topic?
yeah,
Oh,
what I mentioned to a Rainbow while you were gone, Mario, is that I did trolling a bit myself too.
oh,
Like the site Omegle.
oh! I never heard that. So.
You've never heard of that?
Is it
It's
a
basically an
What?
anonymous chat site where two people are
Dude, you're
connected.
so behind the times, yo.
Most people use Omegle just for role playing, for sexual role playing and stuff.
Oh
It's
yeah,
But
see,
I'm
like
that's
like
so
why. That's why I
surprised you
never heard
never
of it.
heard of it. Like
That's
that's
why I never heard of
yeah,
it.
like
See?
like like
damn.
some of the very first questions you'll get on that site are is MRF or ASO.
Yeah, and if you say M, they're gonna like skip.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I was trolling on that site.
I know people who never heard of Discord before. I actually
Yeah,
legit know people who never heard Discord, so I'm
yeah.
not that behind. I legit know.
So I was saying is I was trolling on that site, pretending to be a woman. And then what I discovered, I decided to look up some phone numbers for some Chinese restaurants. So I used that phone number and pretended that was my phone number to the guy I was talking with. And I'm pretty sure he called right after because I said call me, and he called right after. And I'm sure he just called and they gives like, "Hello, this is Chinese takeout," and he disconnected right after that.
Damn, you probably ruined his boner.
Dang, Captain. But yeah, back to what I was saying about being a younger sibling. I'm actually the second youngest. I have a younger brother who's like 1 year younger than me, but he's like mad tall. Like he's 6'6". So he always felt so. Everybody always assumed he was the oldest, older than me, and So I always, but like think about me, I always had to babysit. I had like nieces and stuff I babysat. So yeah, not the yeah. It's kind of weird babysitting when you like the baby. It is.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, Nerdy Gamer just messaged me. He said he should be on the stream in 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, but but I do like NQG. I do like NQG's leadership role. Like he's
So speaking of the internet, what do y'all think about Popedia?
Popedia. I haven't been on Popedia in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I like. I mean, Popedia is mostly dominated by younger people, but I do admire the way Sharks Fan is managing it. I mean, I'm pretty surprised how good of a administrator he's been.
Yeah, Popedia, because I know that that girl born in like 2005, she just wrote an opinion on Popedia, said that everyone's like family there, and I like definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, you could also somewhat make the case for it in the Zeros as well because it's a smaller community. I mean, Personality Cafe is a much because it's not just one community in Personality Cafe. It's basically a community of communities.
There's another 2002 born on there too.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, 2002 borns are like taking over. 2002 borns are new.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe a lot of them may have been introduced to that side by Rainbow.
No, I didn't show Cupid or like that 2020 guy or whatever that site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Rainbow Danny joined at the same time.
I only showed it to Grace, Unicornic, Danny, Cal.
Yeah. Yeah, and
dudes.
Yeah, but Rainbow's not the, and then you had OFX. That's another 2002 born.
Yeah, Tim, but I don't know him, so.
Yeah, OFX and Tim.
And I showed Panda it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that Grace like the only 2003 born on the forums. I thought it'd be more.
Yeah, she's like literally the only one.
Unless she feels lonely.
And she doesn't really care.
It's kind of funny because I know a lot of 2003 borns like in real life, so it's kind of weird that Ray Grace like the only one on this forums.
Yeah.
Like the OJ kid. You remember OJ, that kid who joined one of our hangouts, Rainbow?
I think so.
Yeah, he's born 2003.
Oh.
Yeah, he's born.
So y'all use. What were you saying?
Oh yeah, he's also June born, so he's not.
Oh. I was about to say, do y'all use like Instagram or Twitter to like look at memes and shit, or just look at other people's photos? Because that's what I do. I use Snapchat, if that counts as the internet.
I use Twitter to follow politicians, see what they're onto.
I just use Instagram and Snapchat. I used to use Twitter, but I stopped using Twitter.
Mario, I've seen your Snapchats, and like they're just so Facebook. It hurts. Like you be like, just got done eating.
Yeah, I haven't really posted a Snap story in so long. I just did that because I was in my cousin's house in Raleigh, in North Carolina. So I was like, well, I ate at this good Japanese restaurant, so I just posted it on my story just to send to my buddy who was into Japanese food. Yeah, but I don't really post any stories on Snap. But have you ever called anybody in Snapchat?
Who, me? Like, have I called anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. I use Snapchat every day. I use Snapchat, Twitter, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram every day.
Who are you
Yeah.
following on Twitter?
Human beings on planet Earth.
Any celebrities? I think he's like trying to.
Like, the reason why Twitter is so important right now is because of Trump.
Yeah, Trump
Because-
is like the king of Twitter right now.
Yeah. I mean, because tweets are also very concerning. Like, he recently said this one tweet against President Rouhani of Iran, in all caps.
Yeah, you told us that for like the 5th time.
No, I didn't say it on the stream, though.
Yeah, but you said it in another streams, so yeah, back off, white man.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So you said you used Omegle as well?
Me, yeah, I use it with my friends sometimes to troll, and we like how we do it. Like, we get our 2 dolls, like, then they're like really creepy looking, and like we make them like kiss and like have like sex, and like people get
Yes, I
weirded
know.
out. Yeah, I think I have a video like on my like iPhone of us like trolling, and it's like from like last year on my birthday, like a day after. It was so funny. Like, there was this one like 12-year-old kid. He was just like, "What the fuck?"
A 12-year-old on Omegle? What's he looking for?
I don't know. Definitely not that though.
Exactly.
Yeah, and not only that, but we tried to put on like background music, like set like that background music. Like, we searched up like
Saxophone music? The Marvin Gaye's
kind of. It was like, but we searched up sex background music on
like
YouTube.
like Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On?
I don't know what that is. So.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that song. Marvin Gaye. Let's get on. Yeah, that song.
There wasn't like any like singing. It was just like music.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we did. It was funny.
Yeah. Oh man.
Did you ever troll before, Mario, on any site?
No, not really. I mean, I have roasted people on like, but I haven't really like trolled, like, I've never really trolled because, it's like, but I have, gotten to, heated debates, heated arguments, I remember there was a thread on Internet 2000s from 2 years ago, and my name was mentioned on it. 2 years before I even joined the site, my name was on the somebody screenshot my name. I was debating on this next name, Nineborn, about the 2000s sucking, and like she was like, everything after 2001 sucked. I'm like, dude, 2000s, like, it was a golden age, like Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, or not really Nickelodeon, but Disney Channel definitely. Kids Lady was still good, and he just like, well, 2000s wasn't for me, and I'm just like, dang.
Yeah. One other example of trolling is actually on my web page on YouTube. You see the first 2 videos on my channel?
Uh-huh.
One of them is the secret missing episode of 007.
Oh, and
Basically, it's it's clickbait for those that are into this secret missing episode videos of the Speak Only community. Basically, these people go around making videos about a certain TV show. Like, they're trolling themselves, making get videos about a TV, usually characters from little kid shows, and they use Speakonia to, Speakonia is the same software that the guy using that one video targeting a Wobo and the rest of us about that stream. Yes, so they
got
use
5 dislikes.
Yes, so they have. So they use the Speakonia voice to make it seem like the character is talking about how gay they are.
Oh.
Basically, it's an extension because it's part of the Speakonia community. Like, a lot of the videos they do are Drew Pickles videos, where they make videos where Drew Pickles from Rugrats goes around to different establishments and raping a bunch of men and killing a bunch of women.
Damn.
Like, he's the self-proclaimed gayest man in the world.
Mm-hmm. So what's your guys' like favorite social media?
For me, I would say Insta. Well, I would probably say YouTube. You know, for me, since I
Yeah,
watch like YouTube videos and
I'd say YouTube as well.
I make YouTube videos. You
Does
know,
YouTube
every
even
day.
count as social media?
Kinda not. So
I
YouTube,
don't know. I never really counted YouTube as social media, to be
um,
honest.
same here, cause like,
Like some to me, something like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, like all those things, like that's to me, like those are social medias, but obviously there's a lot more though.
yeah, I think the reason why YouTube is kind of social media nowadays because it has more like it's more like mobile friendly. It's more you can like it has more features like besides watching like videos. You can you can text people your videos. It has a feature where you can um you have Google Plus integration. But YouTube to me is more of a it's more like Jacqueline said, Netflix and who I
True.
love video share.
Yeah,
More it's like to watch videos
speaking of
rather
that,
than
would you consider YouTube videos a new type of entertainment form that is up there with the video games, music, movies, and TV shows?
Yeah.
Like, would you consider a YouTube or
Depends on the YouTube video. If it's just like a boring like speech, then no, it's not entertaining.
I mean most
it could be entertaining to different people. The problem is that entertaining is subjective. You could also make this same argument a lot about TV shows or video
uh,
games.
yeah, I guess it depends, but most like the big YouTubers are
I guess
entertaining.
it could count as entertainment since it is entertaining to watch some YouTube videos, so why not?
Or like rant videos about
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
different
don't know if it would be in the same category. If YouTube videos would be in the same categories like music, movies, TV shows, and video games.
yeah because
Like those are the big four of electronic entertainment, at least.
YouTube is pretty much becoming television. Like that's something that's been said a lot recently. I mean, remember back in 2015, YouTube made YouTube Red. That's when YouTube started to become more multimedia focused. I mentioned that on a thread. Like how YouTube has come more since 2015. YouTube has come more to YouTube multimedia focused, like YouTube Music, YouTube Red, YouTube Kids, YouTube Gaming. Like you have all these like YouTube um you know sub features. Took a few like Netflix and Spotify and stuff like that, and so yeah, I definitely see YouTube as a contender for the entertainment as a whole.
Rainbow,
And
did
then
you grow up watching YouTube videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we said in one stream about why you may not like TV shows as much.
I don't,
yeah,
yeah, because I was always watching YouTube videos, like even when I was like 7. But like the thing is, I was watching like the YouTube videos I watched back then, they were mostly like about Club Penguin, like how to hack and stuff.
at
Even though, like,
7,
yeah, I
man.
didn't like, even though I failed at that. So,
If you got hacked at
yeah, but like
7,
I liked playing Club Penguin. So, like, I watched Club Penguin YouTube videos.
man, if Rainbow get hacked at 7 years old, she's a genius. She must have a high IQ.
Nah.
That'll be pretty bad.
When I was 7, they were still people were still playing disc-based computer games.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
those?
true.
I guess they
Like
still have them, but they're not as common these days.
like Rita Rabbit and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I used to play what's the old game I used to play for that Math Blaster. That game was fun.
I remember when when the YouTube rating was stars instead.
yeah, I
Oh
remember that
yeah.
too. In fact, I already had an account by then in
Oh yeah. It
2001.
is kind of crazy though. When I talked to Rainbow and Tim remembers it pretty well, but when I talked to like my friend OJ, he like hardly remembers it. It's kind of interesting. Like 2002 born like the last to really remember that 5-star rating system.
Well, even that would only be if they were watching it at a young age. Like
But
most people, there were because I do know that a lot of if their parents are more
I
strict and they
remember.
shelter it because a lot of parents did shelter a lot of kids from YouTube because there's a lot of sexual
Yeah.
stuff going on there.
Well, since Rainbow will start watching it when she was 7, I want she remembers Fred.
Fred?
Yeah, when he was like,
Yeah, I do. I didn't watch him a lot though. I do
Yeah.
remember him.
He sucked.
yeah, he was the first YouTuber to hit 1 million subs.
Yeah.
Oh man, he was on iCarly too. I wonder if anybody remember that.
I watched iCarly a lot too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he became their golden boy, Nickelodeon's golden boy for a bit. Like, I believe he even had his own TV show there. I mean, even though it flopped, but
Yeah, not surprised.
yeah, Fred. He was just super hyper and
But speaking, I like during my childhood, like I also played like my late childhood. I also played Roblox.
oh yeah,
Have you guys heard of that?
yeah, I've heard of it.
oh yeah, I heard of it. It's
Yeah,
kind of
I
funny.
joined when I was like 10, going on 11, like very
Yeah.
early 2013, like January.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said that's where you met Unicornic, right?
No, I met her on another website, Pandanda.
All right. So you and Unicornic don't know each other in real life, right?
No.
All right. Because you said she lives in Britain, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you coming to her house or some shit?
No.
She got to her house. That'd be crazy if she just went over to England and just found Unicornic. That'd be like,
What if he just swam over there?
yeah. Well, Captain's a captain.
Like he-
He can't use a boat.
No,
I'm sure there's
I don't know
yeah,
about
not going
that.
to England. I'm sure there's a lot of icebergs on the way.
Oh,
Ship just
yeah.
like even worse than the Titanic did.
It's true, because England, you gotta go through like Iceland and stuff to get to them. Like,
Well, not Iceland, but the Atlantic Ocean. Up in the Atlantic Ocean, the temperature of the waters
yeah.
dips.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
cool.
speaking of the internet, did you guys see my thread? When did the '90s kid debate peak?
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I remember that thread.
Yeah, it peaked in the 2012 to 2013
I
school year.
wasn't. Yeah, I comment. I didn't see that thread. How many comments are on that thread now? Because I spent like days seeing that
Yeah, I'll
thread.
have to discuss that further. If even though we discussed it pretty much already in previous that with Nerdy Gamer because he and I were pretty much the only ones there at the time.
Yeah, you guys were like, yeah, they're only like 2000s kids, I guess. I'm trying to say.
Have you guys seen the same with like 2000s kids, like debate or not yet?
I mean,
Not yet, actually.
you see on like.
I'm sure it may be going on, and I think maybe the backlash against Wowo could be an example of this. Oh, hey, MUG.
MQ, my man from the ATL's here. Oh, you there?
Because like I've seen some like decade kid debates about like 2000s kid, but like they weren't as like
intense.
Extreme. Yeah, exactly. Probably because like maybe it won't be as bad as like the 90s like the 90s kid debate, or it's just kind of like a little bit too early for
I
like.
think it's infancy.
Yeah, I think the problem is it's too early.
Yeah, I think once it gets on TV, that's when it starts. That's when it gets bad. Like remember the 90s kids all that happened on like Team Nick, and that's when it like really just got bad to worse. Captain.
Yeah, because the odds. I mean, despite everything that happened in that decade, I'm pretty sure the vast majority of us would go back to that decade in a heartbeat. Because if you look at the way everything is now, with the tensions going on around the globe, with all the ISIS and stuff, and the Cold War of Russia and China and everything.
Yeah,
I mean, there's always bad stuff going on every decade, though.
Yeah, exactly. The 90s, we had the Oklahoma City bombing.
Like the late 2000s had the recession and stuff.
Yeah, that's the reason why the 2000s get so much hate. It was the recession.
But the recession was until the end of the decade, though.
I know, but that's what.
I'd say more 9/11 would be.
It was fresh on people's mind when 2010 started. Like people still was complaining about recession well into the 10s. Even after it ended, people were still complaining about, man, the recession ruined my life. I can't get a job.
I mean, bad stuff happens in every decade, you know. Like it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah, but I know bad things happen every decade, but some decades are worse than others.
Especially like.
So you think this is worse than the previous decade?
In a way, yeah. But if you look at everything that's like, especially in the
because there's
political
not
world,
enough
everything
white
that's going
people
on.
music for you.
No, that hasn't. After all, our current president
I
is
would
Donald
say the
Trump.
only thing about this decade that's clearly worse than the last one would be the political climate, of course.
That's exactly what I thought you would say, and I agree.
I'm surprised. Well,
But
yeah,
like the technology is like so much better in my
yeah.
opinion.
The technology's like now is better than the 2000s.
Yeah, because the 2000s, the technology was in a transition, and it was in a weird transition period. Yeah,
Yeah,
so you know.
yeah. Because like back in those days, if you want to use the internet, you may need a computer. You may use a computer like for internet browsing. Now you can just do it on your phone. Like people forget that just 2000s was had a computer was like was the go to way of browsing the web. Whereas now it's just like get on your phone, Google this, or now you got
Yeah.
Alexa to
Yeah,
say anything
and
to you.
speaking of this, I was watching the CNN 2000s show
Yeah.
series that's been on, and episode 4 was about the origin of Facebook, Twitter, iPhones, iPods, and what else? MySpace, and and it was basically the origin story of social media in the 2000s, how it started, and they showed like all the founders of it, like Steve Jobs and the guys who founded Facebook and Google and all of them. They talked about
Zuckerberg
I
and
all
gotta
of them.
watch that. I haven't watched it yet.
I missed episode 4. Oh dang! Well, thanks for telling me. Is it on the website? MQ.
It may be on the website, but yeah, episode 4 was my favorite so far.
Yeah, because I was waiting for the social media topic to come out. Because I'm like one thing that our
I gotta watch
2000s.
that. I'm missing
I
out.
mean, they mentioned because I know the 90s. The one they did, they mentioned like Yahoo and stuff and Netscape. So they had to mention like this 2000s websites because like 2000s. That's
Yeah.
when the internet became.
Yeah,
like,
because Steve Jobs was shown throughout the whole documentary, because he talked about how the iPod impacted and changed our way of listening to music. Because before then it was about CDs, and then
yeah.
way before then it was cassette tapes, but cassette tapes had
Or
already been
Walkmans.
dead by then. So like, but
Yeah.
CDs were still the
Yeah.
dominant way of listening to music. But then when Steve Jobs released the iPod, it totally changed.
Yeah, I mean, you had MP3 players before the iPods, but they were like primitive, and it was like bulky. And it was like primitive, stuff like that.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm.
Because I remember we did hear about this about 2000s. What spanned the whole 2000s decade? I think Millennium posted MP3 players, and like the MP3 players she showed was like a big, looked like a CD player type of thing.
Yeah.
So since this podcast is about the internet, what would you guys say is like the most...
about that was about to say it. MQG, did you see? I know you haven't seen this thread because you're not on a Poppedia member, but there's this one guy who's the user Wobo.
Yes.
Yeah, there's this one guy that's trolling him, and he targeted one of our streams.
Oh, really? So y'all had to block him?
He's on a different website.
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
but I believe Wobo is also on that website, and they're trolling him bad on that.
Yeah, like they called him the N-word.
Yeah.
Goodness, that's it. I mean, you gotta be careful. I'm telling you, dude. When I was on IGN, like more often, I'm still on IGN sometimes, but not as much. But when I was on IGN more often, oh man, you better have a lot of thick skin.
Yeah, I mean, because I know, because Captain said that you and Multi Raven used to get bullied a lot because.
Well,
I never got bullied on there. I was cool, but see, even like, especially when it comes to the college football threads and the sports threads, like people are gonna have different opinions than you, and you gotta be able to take it. Like,
I mean, but I remember there's one thread MQG was involved in. You was talking about like Pokemon, whatever. And someone said 1996 borns are too young to remember the good days of Pokemon. And then you was like, you're autistic. I remember MQG said that. I was like, oh snap.
yeah, because see, because there is one person, like when it comes to college football, I'm a diehard Georgia fan. Like there are people who are like attacking me and stuff on the college football things, but I didn't care. I mean, I just trash talk to them back and stuff because your team didn't have as good of a season as mine did. So
yeah, about IGN, I believe I said this in one stream. I don't know if you were there at the time that I once joined IGN as a troll.
Oh yeah, I remember you said this. It was something.
Yeah, my username was a Idahoan Patriot, And I made one thread said, "What would you rather suck, nuts for 100K or boobs for 0?"
Yeah. People just troll around on IGN, but you have to learn how to have thick skin on there. But someone mentioned Balti Raven, who I've known for 3 years now. Balti Raven, Nerdy Gamer, and Zelda Fan. I've known them the longest out of everybody on in the 2000s. Going back.
Well, you also known me since then. Because I don't know if you remember, I went by it. I believe I was either going by Bavarian Blood or Red Form and Democracy at the time.
Yeah, I don't really remember. The first time I saw you was on YouTube, obviously. So, yeah.
Because I remember that Balti Raven said he met you in 2013 on IGN. Yeah, he met MQ in 2013.
Yeah, actually it was 2014, but yeah, I didn't start getting on IGN regularly until 2014. But I actually made my IGN account in 2010. But see, I didn't post much all those 4 years. I didn't start posting regularly until 2014 on there. So.
Oh wow, but that's great though. That how you guys just moved on to different sites. You know, that they moved on with you, like Balti Raven, Captain.
Yeah, I mean, I've saw the MQG is still on IGN.
Yeah, and I also I think the best site around, the best forum around right now is the Colli. That one is really, really good, even though it's kind of like predominantly African American, you can tell, but by the type of forums they have. But it's really fun. I really like the Colli. It's really good, and it's a bunch of people on there too. Like there's like an average of 1,000 people a day on there. So,
oh dang.
By the way, if I may ask it, what was the reason you left a Personality Cafe? By the way,
because it got so boring.
And because of this guy, like he keeps on posting like the definitions
Andrew
of what
U 2005.
Yeah,
he became a big pain in the ass.
Yeah. I joined like right after you guys left. Well, Captain, I think Captain was still on there, but like I joined, right after you guys left, so I never got a chance to be a part of the community.
I joined that site 2 months before in the 2000s. I joined it in March 2015, and then I joined in the 2000s in May 2015.
Really? I thought you joined 2014. I remember seeing posts from you in 2014.
Yeah, it was actually it was March 2015. I don't know. Yeah, that's when I joined. Yeah, really? I joined IGN way back first. IGN is what I was on first.
Because I remember. I think it was Zelda Fan who was in 2014.
Zelda Fan signed in 2014. He signed before me, and Nerdy signed in 2013.
Oh, because I remember there was 96 Borns on Percy in 2014.
I signed in May 2017, so I was late to the party.
Because I remember hearing about I didn't even say like. What do you relate to more, early 90s borns or late 90s borns? And I think Zelda Fan said I relate to early 90s borns more because we in college and I could, go to a club with them and stuff. I remember him saying that in like late 2014.
I first joined at Personality Cafe in March of 2016. Yeah. I'll admit,
I know you signed the year after me, and I think same with Al too. Al signed up the year after I did too.
Yeah. My username was a scissor figure, and I'll admit the main reason why I joined in the first place was to confront people on the generationology topic. I'll admit.
Yeah. But see, I saw when you signed up for Personality Cafe, Captain, I knew you were that 97 born on YouTube because
the way I spoke.
And actually, I remember you got into this. I don't know if you remember, but I remember a few years ago. I think you probably remember this, but you got into a huge argument with this 92 born. Who was saying the pop culture was dead by 2004 and blah blah blah, and then he was bragging and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was the guy who's a big Dragon Ball Z fan.
Yeah, and he every time and the thing is, not only he was born in 92, so he's not even a true 90s kid anyway, but he just brags about how the early 2000s was so much better and everything after 2003 sucks and 2004 present is terrible and all that. It's like he brags so much about that, and it's not like he was even though he was a kid in the 90s, he's not like a true 90s kid at all. Like seriously, like
and not only that, but he was only a kid in that era. That wasn't his definitive youth era.
Yeah, the early 2000s was. I mean, that's why I like Spiral Cat, because Spiral Cat, he admits that 90s kid wasn't really his, like, even though he was he was a kid. Even though he spent most of his elementary school years in the 90s, he said 2000s was his decade of his youth. He's like,
Yeah, like same here. Like I
Mhm.
even and even a lot of 96 borns don't even a lot of 96 borns don't want to admit this, but even when it comes to like our peak childhoods to like the end of our childhoods, it was really the mid 2000s
Yeah,
because see, even
we
though
were,
even though we were kids in the early 2000s, we were only like, let's
yeah,
say
small
pre-K
kid.
up to,
Yeah,
we were only like preschool up to
early
first
elementary.
grade during the
Yeah,
early
because that's
2000s.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah. Plus, you would only start at elementary school only at a teeny tiny bit before 9/11.
yeah.
yeah,
Well, it depends on what state. Oh, yeah, depending on what state you live
yeah,
in. Yeah,
yeah, because see, actually, I was already in school a full month before 9/11 because in Georgia, school always starts in
it's like
early
first week of
August.
August.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
but
in some
but
states
yeah,
it would have only been a mere week.
yeah.
Or
But like
Yeah,
nice.
and see,
Yeah,
the
like
thing is that by the time we were in second grade, it was the mid 2000s.
yeah, yeah.
So
Like
yeah.
It was
when I
already
think,
the mid 2000s when y'all were in like first grade.
yeah,
No,
but
actually, our last month of first grade was May 2003. So technically, I would say all of first grade was early because even though it was just May, but
because
yeah,
we're still in
pretty much.
2002, 2003 school year. Yeah,
Yeah, that was still early numerically,
yeah,
pretty much for me,
yeah,
especially for me, because again, in Georgia, we're not in school in June. So, like, but like by second grade, even though culturally it may have still been early, but like it was mid 2000s by second
yeah.
grade.
I
So,
mean, yeah. So like for me, I mean, like again, like I agree with MQG saying like I have. That's why I say I'm both. Like it's kind of like same with 92 Borns being like
I
late
thought this
90s.
podcast was about the internet, not about
We don't
debate.
get into it with Rainbow. Be
oh
patient.
yeah,
How
we're gonna
y'all
get back.
doing today?
Great
Good.
nerdy.
man.
Oh yeah, and speaking of the internet, because oh yeah, nerdy. Did you get my last two private messages? I know I sent you a lot of stuff, but I thought it was
Yeah,
really important.
I looked at it. I just haven't had time to go more into it because of work. I've been at work. I was at work today, and I've been at work the last several days. But I finally got the rest of the week off, so I'm ready.
Are you
finally.
using a different microphone?
Your
Who,
voice
me?
sounds a little bit different.
Oh, because it's not because because my headphones are dead. So that's why I'm just using it from the volume.
But yeah, MTG.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely agree with you with that statement about 96 Borns because like even though like early 2000s was a part of my my childhood, like it was the mid 2000s where I considered like my peak childhood where I like really came like fully where I really got to experience like all the joys of being a kid because like that's why because I look at 2006 as like when my childhood like really peaked. My
Okay,
childhood like
yeah.
really
Hmm.
I feel like I feel like there are
And
different
I feel like
stages.
we're getting off topic. Can we talk about the internet now?
we gonna get into
Before I
that.
get
Not a
right back to
decade
the
kid debate. Like I swear, y'all be getting off topic real quickly.
Okay, you want to get to the?
but I want to say
Yes,
something.
I want to get into the internet topic.
Yeah, before I get back
I'm
to the
gonna let
internet,
MKG say
yeah,
what he
before
wants
I get
first, then
back
we'll
to
move
the
on.
yeah, I was
So
just
go on.
saying before. I'm sorry. Before we get back to the internet topic, I was just gonna say because like nerdy, I know I private messaged you because see, Mario, did you get my private message too? Because I actually private messaged multiple people, but I didn't want it to be public in the politics form because I think too many people would have been offended by it. So I had to make it a private message to only certain people I'm comfortable with. So
I know
yeah.
what you mean.
Hey, Mario, you heard that?
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I see it now. Blair White. Let me go ahead. Search
Oh,
that.
that's the first time you've seen the private message?
Yeah, I've been on this site in like a week. So I mean, not a week.
Oh, so okay, so you're just seeing it now. I know not everyone's comfortable with it because you're gonna have mixed feelings about it, but yeah, I found it interesting though.
Yeah, but I thought to the internet stuff. Yeah, because since we like talked about, but like I think for us, like us who were born in like mid, like remember we mentioned this on this hangout. Like we kind of grew up in that transition between dial-up and broadband. Like
Yeah,
it's like elementary school, it was dial-up, and once we left elementary school, it was like
Yeah, I looked up a statistic. It was I believe Zelda fan pointed this out. He said it was mid 2004. I looked up a graph that showed it passing in between 2004 and 2005 when broadband surpassed dial-up.
Yeah.
In sales, in adoption rates.
Yeah.
So basically, 2003 to 2004 school year would be the last of the dial-up age, while 04 to 05 would be the first of the broadband age.
Because I already was noticing broadband around like that year, right on school year, like 2003, 2004. That's why I could agree with PDA being a mid 2000 school year, because like by that point, the internet would have already become like more mainstream. It was still kind of primitive, but it was like more. People used it more than they did.
It's weird for me because the moment my parents got Windows XP in about late 2001, early 2002, the moment we got Windows XP, we got broadband right away. So we kind of had it early on. I didn't even know about all that stuff until I went on the internet. But our internet was still very slow, though, compared to today, obviously. But
definitely.
And it was still Web 1.0 era, too. Oh, and another thing with the 2000s CNN documentary, they also talked about the differences between Web 1.0 and Web 2.0 and how, like, a big thing that made the social media era establish itself was the Web 2.0 era, because Web 2.0 means you are able to make changes to this site or your profile. For example, like with MySpace or Facebook, when you change your profile picture, change your description, or when you change your YouTube channel and stuff like that, that's Web 2.0 because you're changing your own page. But like when it was the Web 1.0 era back then there was no social media, so whatever site you went on,
social media did exist back then, but it wasn't as a commonplace back then.
Yeah, the first social media site came out in '97, I believe, right?
Yeah, I don't remember what the name of it. And in 2002, you had Friendster, which is pretty much what helped MySpace.
I know nobody talks about Friendster. Like I never hear anybody.
Friendster, I think that was
when it comes to Friendster, the only thing I've heard about it so far these days is primarily that only Chinese people, I think, or maybe like people in Asia most likely use it.
Friendster was actually on the CNN documentary.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was on there before they went to the MySpace topic.
Yeah, I know. I heard Black Planet was big before MySpace. Black Planet, but that's kind of more of a dating site, I guess.
Yeah, that reminds me of the topic I was about to bring up. Do you guys think the internet is changing human sexuality?
I think so, because I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems like the internet has made people it's made people be more not just aware, but also more comfortable.
Yeah.
Did you say human sexuality?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know what you mean by that question, but I actually, depending on like depending on like what you can like search up and stuff by the press of a button, then yeah, I could see that. And especially with YouTube too and Snapchat and all this stuff we have, of course. Yeah. Absolutely.
I also wonder if it's creating for a lot of people more fetishes that they wouldn't have had if the internet didn't exist.
Yeah. And it's just fetishes.
The people in the LGBT group, prior to that, they had to keep it like all secret to avoid getting beat up or all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, not just the LGBT, but also furries. I mean, I know not all furries are sexual, but I do know a lot of them do have a furry cybersex. And that sort of thing, none of them would have been doing if the internet didn't exist.
True.
Yeah, the internet has definitely been a gateway to like new emotions and stuff like that you don't have, because back in the old days, like depending on where you live, there's certain things you wouldn't be able to access unless you travel a certain distance. Like real talk, like
the internet has definitely made like opening doors to like different like lifestyles, different cultures and stuff.
Yeah, I mean Nowadays,
And I
people
totally
could.
agree with that because if you think about it, if it wasn't for the internet, would we have known about culture in Asia, in Europe, in Australia, Canada? No. Unless you were
Not
like,
much.
unless you were really big into it, then yeah. But like, if you were not into that, without the internet, no, you wouldn't like most know. You would not know about the differences in culture and all that.
Yeah, like, and also you know what's the guy saying? Y'all have heard of FaZe Censor on YouTube, right?
Who?
None of y'all know who FaZe Censor is?
No.
Wait, what, how do you spell it?
F-A-Z F. Hey
Is it
Mark, can you
Is it Faye Spencer Whitkin?
yeah FaZe Doug Censor.
Oh, Faye Doug Spencer.
FaZe Doug Censor. F-A-Z-E and then Doug and then Censor, like censor, like literally.
Oh, Faye's Doug Spencer Martin.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, he
I've
has
heard-
a YouTube. He recently just broke up with his girlfriend, but he's been with for 3 years. But do you want to know how they met each other? Like, he flew all the way to Mexico just to meet with her, and then they just became like close friends, like seriously. Like, that's what they did. And I think they did through the internet too. I'm not sure about the full story, but I think they talked through the internet, and like he flew to Mexico to meet with her, and the girl's name is what's her name? I have her in my head. Oh my god. What's her name? Starts with the Y. I know. Face. Yeah, I do. I have her in my head. Oh,
wow. Yeah, but
yeah,
dude.
Yannette Garcia. That's it. That's her name. Yeah, and she's like a web reporter, and she's a she's a weather reporter and a supermodel. Yeah, so.
Yeah. So,
but the reason I brought that up is because people use the internet through dating too and meeting each other like distances away and stuff
My
like
brother
that.
does that a lot. That's how he met his current girlfriend.
Yeah. By the way, how old is your brother again? Your oldest brother?
24.
24. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, he's born in '93, right? Yeah.
Yeah, December.
Oh wow. So he's his age. Cool.
But yeah, about Doug Face Center Martin, he was 20 years old when he did that. He was 20 when he flew to Mexico and met up with Yannette Garcia. And Yannette Garcia is actually 3-4 years older than him. So because Faye Censor is born in 1994 and Yannette Garcia is born in 1990. She's still 27. She'll be 28 in November. So yeah. I mean, he had the balls to do that. Like, you could go back and see his video from 2015, but I mean, they just broke up recently. So, by the way, where did Captain go?
He died.
Yeah, but
It's still alive. So
it is. Oh, nerdy. Oh, it's not interesting because he started his whole stream.
Hey, sorry, my work. Somebody from my work had called me and she wanted to say thank you to me for buying her some candy earlier.
Aw,
oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a nice guy.
We have a good relationship together. I mean, I met her when I first started working, and she's really funny and hilarious, all that. So
Yeah.
and then she wanted me to buy her some candy yesterday, so that's what I did. She told me her favorite candy is sour stuff, so I just got her that.
Patch.
She said she wanted to like call me back and say thank you. No, not just Sour Patch, but like all kinds of sour candy.
Oh, great. Oh, your
Yeah, she likes she likes all types of sour candy.
Is that your laptop or your phone?
Yeah, your head is like right in the camera.
That's my phone. Sorry, that's my phone.
So I'm like, dang.
Oh yeah, I know. I think you should keep it. I should think you should keep it off. I know why you're doing it because you said that you didn't have your earbuds, right?
Yeah, my headphones are charging right now. I haven't been charging them all week because I've been at work and I've been meaning to do that and I just kept forgetting for some reason. But yeah, they're just charging right now.
Yeah, you need to press the what's that button that turns off the camera? I suggest you turn off the camera.
Well, I can. I mean, I can do that right now. Hold on.
Yeah.
There's actually this part where I could put it on like louder and go from there.
Oh, okay.
That's how I had it earlier, and then until I got my call from one of my friends.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we're still live. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for us. Yeah, I wanted to also apologize for the wait earlier because when I first got home, I was actually about to get on, and then one of my family friends had called me to tell me that they were running low on gas and they didn't have any more money to go get some. So I stepped in to go give $20 for them. So, but I'm back home now. And then also the fact that I was working earlier. So yeah. You guys there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
But yeah. So yeah. Another thing about the internet is that here's another debate because I think a lot of people get the World Wide Web confused with the internet and think it's the same thing, but it's actually two different things. The World Wide Web is an interchangeable link because when you go to websites and stuff, you don't have to type in www all the time, or you don't have .com all the time. You also got .org, .gov, etc., stuff like that. So like the World Wide Web. The internet's been around for decades, but it's the World Wide Web that changed it, which came in 1991, and then it was used for businesses and stuff. And then 1995 was the year the internet became commercialized and mainstream once Internet Explorer was released. So
yeah, and then you had you had Amazon. It came in '94, which is like the first big e-commerce site,
and eBay.
Oh yeah, eBay came out in '96, I believe.
Even though those things weren't really big yet, because even my parents said like 20 years ago in 1998, when they first heard that eventually you're going to be able to use websites to be able to buy things and stuff like that, they didn't believe it at first. They felt very funny about it back then. And this was 20 years ago. This was in 1998. So even this time 20 years ago in 1998, people thought we'd never be able to use the internet or the World Wide Web for certain stuff that we can do now today, 20 years later. So
late '90s was kind of like that.
Look how much the web has done so far lately. As 2
late
decades.
'90s were kind of like once the .com, after the .com bubble, I think that's when people believed the internet was going to be around for a long term. Because before the